He served in Iraq. He's a veteran of the United Marines. He's here on behalf of he's also a veteran of, member of the Veterans of Foreign Wars. Belongs to the American Legion. Also a member of Marine Corps Association. Kieran, want to come up here, please?
Good morning. Thanks for coming out on this cold November day. When I was thinking about what to say today, I was trying to come up with some words that kind of do justice to what Veterans Day means. And I remember the promise that I made to the sister of a fallen comrade. On the day her brother was killed in action, she said, "I want to tell the world how great my brother was. Can you help me with that?" And I said, "Of course. Any opportunity, I'll fulfill that promise, and I'll tell about your brother, Lance Corporal Mike Glover, United States Marine Corps." In so many ways, Lance Corporal Glover is the quintessential veteran. And by telling the story of his sacrifice and the story of his heroism, I think I'm telling the story of all veterans. Glover grew up in Rockaway, Queens, but he spent the last few years of his life working and living here in Westchester County, in White Plains. The same month that he accepted a scholarship to Pace Law School, he also enlisted in the Marine Corps Reserve. And he joined a special program where you go to boot camp one summer, go back to school for a year, and go learn to be an infantryman the next summer. So he went to boot camp in '04, 2 semesters of law school. Then he went to infantry school in '05. A couple weeks after he got back from infantry school, Hurricane Katrina hit. And Glover was a go-getter. And he went and he organized a couple other Marines, and they jumped in a car and they drove 24 hours down to New Orleans. And Glover was a very confident and stubborn New Yorker. And he worked his way past FBI checkpoints and Louisiana State Police checkpoints all the way down to the epicenter of the search and rescue command center. Within hours of getting to New Orleans, he was on a boat plucking people off roofs in the floods of New Orleans. And then a few weeks after that, a Marine Corps Reserve unit from Boston needed guys to deploy to Iraq with them. And Glover raised his hand. He said, "I'll go. I'll give up my scholarship for now and I'll go with you guys." The mission was no mystery. They knew they were going to Fallujah. They knew that it was going to be a hunt for Al-Qaeda. They knew that it was going to be one of the most volatile regions in Iraq. And still Glover went. Glover did his duty heroically, bravely, without any regard for his safety, and sadly he was felled by a sniper's bullet on 16 August 2006. Like many before him, Glover gave his life for the country he loved, doing what he knew was right. And the reason I wanted to tell you the story about my friend Mike Glover today is because his honor and his courage and his commitment and his devotion to this country and his sacrifice are precisely the ideals that we have gathered today to celebrate. The values that Glover so brilliantly exemplified are reflected in those many veterans here today and in all our veterans past and present. So to my fellow vets, thank you for your service. Thank you for picking up a rifle and putting your neck on the line. Thank you for defending our way of life, because our prosperity and our freedom is a direct result of your efforts. Happy Veterans Day.